Social media advertising is a huge thing and it becomes bigger all the time. If you have social media and you look through your feed, it's very likely that at some point you stumble across a gambling advert, right? So it's quite an important thing, but there was little research available so far. The first thing was to identify all the gambling accounts there are in the UK that have a social media account.
That was the starting point. We worked with Demos and they have a specific software tool that can download tweets.
We used the big data analytics to categorize. It's using animation, it has imagery.
We were monitoring whether the adverts we looked at breached the codes or didn't breach the codes.
We found that the volume of social media gambling advertising is incredible. We collected over 800,000 gambling adverts. We also downloaded the user profile information. Who are these people? How old are they? We basically found that around 40,000 children under 16 follow gambling accounts on Twitter. Over 2/3 of all engagement with these adverts was done by under 24-year-olds. Around 71% of the gambling adverts contravened at least one of the current advertising regulations. Only 0.1% had an age warning.
The core piece of regulation for gambling advertising in children is that gambling adverts should not be of particular appeal to children and young people. The regulators have never asked children whether adverts are appealing to them or not. They said, well, we just know.
So we went for the children, went to schools and asked them if they want to participate in the research, and many schools did, which was brilliant. The participants saw a gambling advert for 6 seconds, and then they had this rating scale.
There are 9 little people, and they go from very unhappy to really happy on the scale of 1 to 9. And then they go on a scale of being low levels of intensity of emotion, so there's nothing going on in their stomach, to a great big explosion in their stomach at 9, and that shows the intensity of the emotion.
And by doing so, you are then able to categorize what emotion the participant felt when they saw the advert. The most surprising result was the extremely strong appeal of content marketing and esports gambling advertising. That was incredible. They use memes and loads of insider sentiments, but they don't have a call to action. So they don't say, buy this. So for children, it's impossible almost to recognize this advertising as a persuasive attempt. And now every time this brand is posting something, all the synapses in their brain are firing off and saying, oh, I like this, I like this. And so they start trusting the brand, and at some point, they might place a bet.
We've done what the regulators could not do, or have not been willing to do. We actually found out what is appealing to children. Gambling advertising in general is much, much, much more appealing to children and young people.
Although we as marketing researchers, we know that gambling advertising on social media is a huge thing, the regulators so far almost ignored it. Social media advertising is around for 10, 15 years, and now this year they announced that they want to update it. I think our research can take a huge part in that updating of the regulations.
Our overall objective is to inform policy on the advertising of gambling. We talked to the House of Lords, we've talked to the Scottish Executive, we talked to DCMS, today we talked to the Nudge Unit.
It was sent out to media, to MPs, to loads of charities. It's very important that all of these different institutions are aware of the problem. It's going to be hard to just hope that the regulators are solving the whole issue.
Because gambling is a very complicated social phenomenon, and just saying gamble responsibly is not actually going to solve the problem. It takes a lot more than that.